So it is time right now for us to become fashion police for a little bit here. Todd, we're going to be professors, give grades to these uniforms anywhere from an A to an F. So let's begin with the Boston. Yes, go ahead. You were going to say.
No, I was just saying I like this segment.
Yes.
This is one of the teams now that we're doing this that has traditional old style uniforms. What do you give this one, Gary?
This is their home white uniform.
This is their home white. Yep.
I'm going to give that a B+.
Okay, what is it that you like and don't like about it?
I think it's...
I mean, the hat is obviously classic. That's going to be there. I like the Red Sox across the jersey. Here's what, if you talk to me about it, it says Red Sox. That's their name. I don't see anything down here. I'd love to see some sock. The long pants
there's
there.
A sock there, but you can
but it takes it away. You can see that's really the top of his shoe right there. So your grade is what?
That is a B to a B+ for me.
All right,
that
that's a
solid,
B. We'll give it a solid B. I'll give it the B+.
Okay.
And so we're both pretty much in agreement there. And we move on from that. And now we're going to go to City Connects.
The old City Connects.
This is one of their two different City Connects, and this is the old one. What do you think of this?
So I don't love this uniform, but I love the story behind it. So it's a difficult grade because it's all about Boston strong. Again, I don't like the yellow, but there is a reason for it. So because of that, Todd, I'm not going to be tough on this uniform. I'm going to give it a solid B+ because of the story.
All right, you're being very diplomatic. I don't particularly like the color myself personally.
I agree.
But to your point, the story is amazing. The blue and the yellow is something that's symbolic with the Boston Marathon.
Correct.
And I love the socks as well. They go blue and yellow with the Red Sox on the back of it. I wouldn't like to wear this necessarily myself, but I respect the fact that they went this way, and so I'm giving that one a B+ as well.
Okay, here we go. This is the Red Sox current City Connect uniform, and I'm just going to say out of the gate here, you go.
No, I was going to say I'm going to start on this one. I love this uniform.
I'm in agreement with you.
I think there's so many great things about it. I love the socks that says 310 on it. If you can't tell, which is the distance to the Green Monster.
Right.
You've got the numbers that are symbolic of the numbers on the scoreboard. The Red Sox font is symbolic of the team names on the scoreboard. I think the hat is outstanding.
Solid.
There's nothing I don't like about this uniform. This to me is an A, and I would love wearing that, and I think they did a great job of adding a lot of features to it that you wouldn't necessarily know, but if you're in Boston, you know that's the Green Monster.
I would agree. Everything works about this City Connect uniform. I love the fact that the color of the uniform of the top matches the Green Monster.
Exactly. There's one more little subtle thing. They've got a round B up in here that is symbolic of the balls and strikes icon on the Green Monster as well. So
I'm going to follow you on that. That is an A all the way for me, no question about it.
Solid A. Yes. Okay, and then we're going to go on
old school.
The classic. And not only is this guy
Ted Williams,
one of the great ever players, so just the fact that Ted Williams is in this uniform, I think it's an A, but I'm going to give it more reasons that I think it's an A. I love the classic hat. That hasn't changed forever. I love the fact that they've stayed with that. I love the socks and the black shoes.
Beautiful.
Gary, when I was in high school, my head coach at high school was an old school lover of the game, and he said, black shoes, I don't want to see a logo, I don't want to see any laces, and that's what I love. These are the old style black shoes. I just think, to me, this is an A+. All to me, I love it. The traditional Boston across the chest. That's it for me. I wish I could have worn this uniform.
I'm in agreement with you on everything. One of the things I love about this, it's the old school flannel, which is beautiful. It's a perfect shade of gray. The Boston across the front there, and the stirrups are just a thing of beauty. With the stripes, I think maybe a little bit we're being maybe jaded a little bit because it's one of the great players in the game in Ted Williams. That probably adds to it, but it's
Look, I crossed his face out, and you still think this uniform looks outstanding. The Boston across the chest. By the way, the flannels back there must have been so hot, but they fit loose. I like the loose fit there.
They work.
You know what? That's a classic uniform, and A++ for me. And you know what? Great job, Boston. I think you guys have done well with the uniforms, and I think they've done well to stick with the tradition. They're one of the oldest franchises in the history of the game, and they've remained classic and classical.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's an A+ uniform for me. The Red Sox began in 1901. They were the Boston Americans. Then the Red Sox in 1908. Fenway came on the scene in 1912. So a lot of classic things
Still no names
like.
on the back, too, which I think is classic. You got to know who your players are.
Yep.
You look at the number. That's what determines who your player is. Not the font of their name on the back.